My audience is middle-class male at the ages of 16 to 20-year-olds, most likely to be white British due to the white British cast. I decided that this would be an appropriate age due to the violent nature of the film. The music will attract the audience as it keeps them intrigued and on the edge of their seat, making them question themselves as to what might happen next. Psychological thrillers tend to have mentally challenged people. In our film, we have one man whose identity is unknown, who abducts a young girl. The social group the abductor's character belongs to is a typical psychopathic and delusional one, that of which has come from a troubled background, which has made him do irrational things. However, this isn't clear in the opening sequence, as it develops a sense of mystery. One of the most obvious and effective shots in our opening sequence is the close-up of the victim's face. The use of this is used to really grasp the emotion and vulnerability from her face. Our themes include crime, violence and injustice. These themes would particularly draw in a male audience. These themes are the typical themes you would expect to see in a psychological thriller. I decided to use old rusty tools to reflect my subgenre, as they have many connotations to violence. Some of the tools were symbolic and used as clues to an underlying mystery. Having these props helps the story to come alive and helps the audience to activate their imagination to what the abductor's intentions are for using them. There are shots where both characters are in. For this, we used a medium shot to show how they relate to each other. The increased cut rate allows the audience to feel involved in the action and keeps them intrigued and on the edge of their seats, as they don't know what's going to happen next. I wanted to keep the costumes relatively simple, so for the victim I decided that she would wear casual clothing. The colour scheme is dark to light with the bright colour of purple representing youth, which also connotes innocence. The bright colour of her jumper is contrasted with the dark colour of her jeans. I kept it simple to keep the main focus on the bruise-like makeup on her face, illustrating that she put up a fight. We used conventions of dark clothing for the abductor's costume. I decided to dress him in ragged clothing to reflect his character. Part of his costume included gloves, so with the scene where he's putting the gloves on suggests that he's hiding a dark secret which keeps an underlying mystery for the audience. Effect. I compared our character Molly to Kelsey Wilson from a film called The Call. The colour schemes to both characters relatively are the same, as they're both wearing casual clothing that a teenage girl would be wearing. Both of them have an innocence to what's happening around them. They are also both in the same social group, as Casey is portrayed as a young teenager. Both have a sense of vulnerability and distress, which is portrayed by their clothes, acting and makeup. The dim lighting hid parts of the characters and the surroundings, making the audience think that there's more to it than what they originally thought. This adds mystery and suspense. Our most noticeable piece of editing is a transition of the abductor cleaning the tools. This reflects the psychological thriller theme in various ways, one being that the audience don't know what his intentions are for using them.